much trouble are the Patriots in? That is the question. Stephen A., you have the answer.
Oh, my goodness, Skip Bayless, they're in a world of trouble. And from this perspective, I say this. When you've got Storks and Fleming, two rookies starting in your offensive line, and you let go of Logan Mankins, similar to what you did with Richard Seymour years ago, I definitely think that you have a huge, huge issue. Number one, because you don't have as much protection as you would like to have for Tom Brady. Number two, because you can't run the football as effectively as you customarily did. Number three, you also have an issue because whether it's Josh McDaniels, whether it's Bill Belichick himself or whatever, there's an imbalance in terms of running the passing. I mean, they passed almost twice as much as they ran the football. And if you didn't establish a running game against the Kansas City Chiefs, obviously that's going to spell some trouble for you. But then when you take that and you combine that with Andy Reid, who did an exceptional job of play calling last night. You had Jamal Charles. He had 92 yards rushing on 18 carries. You had Davis. He had 107 yards on 6 carries. He averaged 6.7 yards a carry. They were running the ball. They were allowed to get into play action. Alex Smith, obviously, in the season opener against Tennessee, they were pass happy, and he threw 3 interceptions. They made sure that they had a balanced attack. They spread the ball around. Dwayne Bowe received the ball. Kelsey received the ball. Charles was getting the ball as well in the passing game. So Andy Reid did an exceptional job of spreading the ball around, really, really discombobulating the New England Patriots, making sure that they didn't get to key on any one individual, any one player, because they spread the ball around. They did exactly what the New England Patriots are accustomed to doing. But Tom Brady doesn't seem to be on target, overthrowing, underthrowing passes. Did that to Julian Edelman on 1 interception. You know he got the strip sack, in their own territory, which led to a touchdown for Kansas City. You just look at the New England Patriots right now. Their personnel is clearly in question. There is no way around that. But at the same time, coaching on a rare occasion appears to be a question mark because Bill Belichick and Josh McDaniels do not appear to be on their A game in terms of their play calling. And as a result, it played right into Kansas City's hands. I don't believe that the New England Patriots are this bad, but they're clearly not as good as we expected them to be. I don't believe Kansas City is this good, but the potential is there for them to be this good. I just think they were going up against an inferior New England Patriots squad at this time. 6-7 weeks from now, probably going to be a different story. But at this juncture, the New England Patriots don't seem to be the New England Patriots.
Okay, so how much trouble are they in then?
They're in a world of trouble.
Like miss the playoffs trouble?
No. See, when I say a world of trouble, I'm measuring them in terms of our Super Bowl prognostications. Remember, I predicted
thank you
that
for
they were
bringing that up.
I remember I predicted that they're going to the Super Bowl. They're going to represent the AFC. That prediction is in trouble.
I think you took it one more step. You had them winning at the Super Bowl.
That's right, I did. I don't have them missing the playoffs, but that's by default. It's because they're in the AFC East.
I'm sick and tired today of hearing everyone say Tom Brady is washed up and New England is finished and New England's going to miss the playoffs.
I don't believe that for 1 second.
Well, the reason they're not in grave danger is the last time I checked, in their division, Buffalo just changed quarterbacks. Am I right? The Jets fans are calling for a quarterback change. Am I right? And last week, it appeared to me that Joe Philbin in Miami was actually sort of going back and forth considering a quarterback change before he finally said, well, you're okay. I'm going to go with Ryan Tannehill. So those are 3 combustible situations. And I think, are the Patriots still in the AFC East?
They are.
I think they are. So okay. They're going to win the AFC East. Now, let's get back to what happened last night. I believe that the Kansas City Chiefs in that stadium before that crowd would have beaten, you name it, the 1995 Dallas Cowboys, who I thought were one of the best teams I ever covered. They would have beaten this year's Seattle. They would have beaten the Bengals or the undefeated Arizona Cardinals, whoever it was. Whoever had walked into that stadium last night where they reset the decibel record, and I don't think enough is made of that. We always hear all the hype and mystique about Seattle's 12th man. Well, what about Arrowhead? We're not giving them enough credit for how loud it gets in there, right? I mean, it's crazy loud in that stadium, and they have had a long history of pulling off big wins or big upsets on Monday or Sunday Night Football in that stadium.
It might have a lot to do with the fact that they haven't won a playoff game since 1994.
Okay, well, that's fine. But and again, back to how good is Kansas City? On opening day, it was daytime in that stadium. They lost to Tennessee 26-10. Jake Locker lit them up. Yeah. And Alex Smith threw 3 interceptions that day. So, no, they're not that good because now they've got to go to San Francisco on a short week, and they are 7.5-point underdogs at San Francisco. So let's keep that in perspective. Mm-hmm. But last night, they looked like world beaters. What did they do wrong last night? Did they do anything wrong? No, they didn't do anything wrong. They played games of their lives against a team that they were obviously fearful of. And Andy Reid coached one of the best games I've ever seen him coach because, my God, all that motion stuff and that fake reverse stuff that they came out with that I'd never seen before, it had the Patriots off balance from the start. Now, back to the Patriots. Yep. Why did you pick them to win the Super Bowl? Because you look at this and you say, Wilfork and Mayo are coming back. They added Darrelle Revis to a secondary. Remember, Casey Joyner, the football scientist, said before the year, be aware here because by the end of the year, this secondary could be better than the Legion of Boom. That's how much, you look at it and you say Dennard, who couldn't play last night, but McCourty and Kyle Arrington and Logan Ryan, they're loaded in the secondary. And Ninkovich and Chandler Jones and Jamie Collins, Dante Hightower, this is really a good team. They just didn't, like in the first half, they came out without urgency, without tenacity. And I'm saying, who are these guys? Do they think they can just roll the New England helmets out there? And all of a sudden the Chiefs will say, we give up. You guys can win. No, they're not going to do that at Arrowhead on a Monday night.